So recently, there's been this trend on TikTok that my wife pointed out to me of people who decide they want to share about #MyFirstTime. You obviously get lots of stories. Some of them are heartbreaking and tearful. Some of them are intended to be funny, awkward, or gross. But if you pay attention, there's this theme that shows up again and again that's fascinating when it comes to the study we've been doing in the Song of Songs on what love is. Over and over, the common wisdom of TikTok in this moment is that the person sharing will go to justify their first time, and they'll say something like, I didn't need my first time to be special, or expect that person to be my husband or my wife, or love me forever, or anything like that. I just wanted it to be with someone who cared for me in the moment. That's it. Over and over again, you'll hear this refrain, I just wanted it to be with someone who cared for me in the moment. That would be enough. There is much that is revealing about that desire. A desire that has certainly been formed and shaped by years of being told love is love and that we should all be free, but that we also deserve to be loved the way we want to be loved. What stands out to me most, though, is this desire for love that's free from commitment or judgment. As you hear these stories over and over again, the person sharing their story mainly didn't want to judge or make the person they had sex with think that just because they had sex, they'd still have to be in love 5 years from now or anything like that. But even more, if you listen really close, what you can hear is that whoever was telling the story, they were the one who wanted to be free. They didn't want to be judged or bogged down in commitment to whoever they were then and whatever they felt at that time. As I listened to those stories, I just couldn't help but want more for love than any of those stories were willing to give. More from a lover, more from sex itself. I mean, is that enough? Is that really it? Is that what sex is about? I can't help but think of this incredible C.S. Lewis quote, where he said, "It would seem that our Lord finds our desires not too strong, but too weak. We are half-hearted creatures, fooling about with drink and sex and ambition when infinite joy is offered to us, like an ignorant child who wants to go on making mud pies in a slum because he cannot imagine what is meant by the offer of a holiday at the sea. We are far too easily pleased." As we've journeyed through the Song of Songs, and as we've talked about this search that takes place in each of our lives around sex, this search that's really about a search for intimacy, I can't help but wonder, is it possible that our desires are not too strong but too weak? Have we even begun to imagine what love could be waiting for us? Have we even begun to see the infinite joys that could be found in love if only we'd give up our own self-preserving instincts? If there is a high point in the Song of Songs, or perhaps if there's a high point in all of the Bible, it might be found in Song of Songs, chapter 8. It says this, "Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is strong as death. Jealousy is fierce as the grave. Its flames are the flames of fire, the very flame of the Lord. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can floods drown it. If a man offered for love all the wealth of his house, he would be utterly despised." Immediately you're arrested by the imagery, by the vividness of this. It's taken the whole of the songs to build to this moment, but in a sudden burst of poetry, the woman proclaims the unquenchable, the unconquerable, the ever-burning flame of love. Which makes for an interesting point. Of course, love isn't safe. Love was never intended to be safe. Love would not be love if you can navigate it unbound and thus uninhibited by its restraints. But there in its danger lies its strength. Love is a flame that when set as a seal cannot be drowned, quenched. In fact, even death will not defeat it, for it is the very flame that burns at the heart of the Lord, at the heart of Yahweh. The I Am of existence is the one who fans its flame. And every time we happen to throw our lives out into the embrace of another, we too step into that flame, the very flame of love. I realize there are no easy answers for our questions about sex and marriage, about injustice and abuses. But as we've journeyed through this book, as we've sought to return to the Word in order to encounter God again, I am filled with hope that the love of God is both our love's source and its strength. You will never know love if you do not encounter God. But if you can offer yourself to Him, Yahweh, the Lord of Lords, then you too could find a love more powerful than our pain. Is it possible that love, rather than just being something happenstance for a moment, could actually be a flame? Check out our final episode, The Flame of Love, in Song of Songs, Sex, and the Search for Intimacy.